Hello guys, it's me, Zade, the funny guy. I'm going to be doing a different thing for the, uh, school YouTube channel. I'm actually going to start doing some album reviews. Hopefully we can pump one out like every, week or so. But, I don't know how it's going to work out, so let's just kind of wing it. The album we're going to be talking about today is the Beatles Revolver, their seventh studio album, when their more experimental side would start being more present on more records. Well, without further ado, let's actually get into the album. Taxman, a solid opener to the album, with those rockin', distorted, and almost psychedelic guitars and a really bumping bass line. Lyric-wise, the song is about a taxman threatening to raise the tax on his payers, but taken to a degree to where the song's almost comedic in a way. I don't know if that's just me. Also, the guitar solo around the end is kinda unneeded and a little too flashy for me. I don't really think the Beatles really need, like, weird guitar solos, but even then the song is still pretty enjoyable in my opinion and a great way to open the album. Eleanor Rigby, one of the best songs on the album. In fact, one of the best songs of all time, being mostly of how different it is from really anything on the album, with how just dark it is. Because the song talks about themes of dying alone and having no one to remember who you are. And the song is just backed with this beautiful string quartet, and with the harmony from the vocals and the chorus, just making an amazing track. I'm Only Sleeping is a very good song to come after Eleanor Rigby, with it having more of a slight melancholy sound opposed to Eleanor Rigby's very depressing sound. The song is God dang it. When I wrote this is terrible. The song has a nice harmony with John on vocal and George and Paul on back vocal, with this really heavy acoustic guitar. Also of note is the bridge of the song being just always hitting. Also of note is the weird use of a reversed electric guitar, kind of getting a peek into their more trippy work you'd see on Sgt. Pepper, The White Album, and Magical Mystery Tour. The next song on the album, Love You Too, is definitely a weird one. Kind of the worst song on the album. Got it. The song is just weird Indian-inspired music, but it's almost 3 minutes long, which doesn't really sound like that much time, but when most of your tracks are like 2 minutes long, yeah, that's kind of a lot of wasted time. Even though the song still has this kind of quality where I can still, bob my head to it, I can still kind of say that this is my least favorite track on the album. After Whenever Love You Too was, is the next song on the album, Here, There, and Everywhere. A nice, calm, soothing love song, very inspired by the Beach Boys' God Only Knows, which is very apparent when you listen to the song. With a nice, slow, calm lead guitar and soothing vocals from my boy Paul McCartney. Got that? What really makes this song, in my opinion, are the back vocals, really making this one of the best songs on the whole album. Also, it kind of helps that it came after Love You Too. It's just not that good of a track. Yellow Submarine is an acoustic-led song about a yellow submarine. Alright, you can cut that. Though the song has some pretty childish-sounding themes, and honestly makes it a very good attribute of the song. What really works in the song is the chorus between all 4 members of the band really working on the song. She Said it's a more traditional rock song, with those heavy psychedelic guitars. Honestly reminded me of Taxman. It's nice to see another heavy rock song on the album. Just nice to see one. Alright, let's yeah, that was terrible. Good Day Sunshine is another love song, a nice piano-led song with vocals from Paul and back vocals from George and John. Speaking of the chorus, it's really good. Really, the whole song is really good. Alright, that should be it. The next song on the album, And Your Bird Can Sing, is a surprisingly good one, and a song that no one really talks about. That gritting guitar line and the way John says, But You Won't Get Me just always hits. For No One is the next song on the album, with main vocals from Paul. The song uses a piano, which goes along with the theme of the song, and halfway through uses some horn instrument, which weirdly works in the song. Cut. Though I wish the track was kind of longer, it being like a minute 59, I think the song is at its perfect length. And the next two songs of the album are pretty uneventful. They're just your standard average rock song, nothing special. Though I have to say, that part in Dr. Robert with the organ, pretty good. They aren't the best songs by the Beatles, but they aren't the worst, and also just not even really bad. They're just uneventful. The next song is a more brass-oriented song with amazing vocals by Paul. Have I made it apparent that I like Paul? His voice in this song just sounds like he's yelling at certain points, and just really goes well with the harsh brass instruments used. The last song on the album, and the weirdest song on the album. Yet again taking inspiration from Indian music theory, like the song Love You Too, but taking that weird, trippy energy and times it by 10. Getting to what this song actually sounds like, it uses a sitar, of course, and these weird fast-forward sounds to add to its drug-like sound. All in all, the song is not the best on the album, and definitely not the best from the band, but its experimental sound can be admired, and would show how experimental they can get on other records. So that was all the songs off Revolver. The album does have a very varied track listing, though I do think the album does lose steam after the final few songs. If I were to give this record from a 1 out of 10 to a 10 out of 10, I'd give this record a strong 8. Like a strong 8. My favorite tracks on the album would have to be Eleanor Rigby, I'm Only Sleeping, and Here, There, and Everywhere. And my least favorite song has to be Love You Too. That's the album. See ya. That album was